A short word with a deep meaning. A short word, but its deep meaning gets clear when we experience it in our own lives. Mercy. When Moses once, in the past, he was the chosen mediator between God and Israel. When he once left the people alone for a long time, the people of Israel, they made a big mistake. After an outstanding rescue by God's hand out of Egypt, the people of Israel made idols of gold to worship them instead of patiently waiting for Moses. The Bible record says about Moses in Exodus chapter 32, verse 19, when Moses came back down the hill to the people of Israel after he spent a long time on the mountain of Sinai. Exodus 32, verse 19. And as soon as he came near the camp and saw the calf of gold, and the dancing of the people of Israel, Moses' anger burned hot, and he threw the tablets of stone out of his hands and broke them at the foot of the mountain. The chosen one of God was so filled with anger. He was so filled with anger that he threw down the 2 tablets of stone that God had given him and smashed them. Was it an instruction from God to do so? No. Although God himself was very angry before, because he saw the people being turned from the straight path, yet God didn't command the tablets of the law to be destroyed. Moses, on the other hand, a flesh and blood man like us, he may have thought at that moment, no, these people are not worthy to receive the precious words of God. And in this moment, I want to ask you, do you recognize yourself? Have you ever been so angry with any brother or sister in faith, or even with a church, that you thought, I'm not going there anymore? Perhaps God has given you a task in your church, but you are so disappointed that you want to give it all up. But what can we learn from God if we watch at his reaction towards Israel? After God gave them a chance to choose whom to serve, and after most of the unfaithful Israelites were put to death by the sword, God spoke to Moses according to Exodus chapter 34, verse 1 and 2. And God said, cut 2 tablets of stone like the first, and I will write upon the tablets the words that were on the first tablets, which you broke. Be ready in the morning and come up in the morning to Mount Sinai, and present yourself there to me on the top of the mountain. And if you read verse 6, God said on the mountain, when Moses came up to the mountain and stand before God, the Bible says in Exodus 34 verse 6, Yahweh passed before him and proclaimed, Yahweh, Yahweh, a God merciful and gracious, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love and faithfulness. A God merciful and gracious. God is merciful. This can comfort us, but it can also be a very good, it should be the best role model for us. God himself said before that, what we read right now, God said it would be easy for him to wipe out Israel. But he didn't do it because of his mercy. Mercy means seeing someone's helpless situation and then, out of compassion, helping. Even, and this is a very important point, even when the other person doesn't deserve it. God showed mercy to all of us. Without his Son, we were all captive in sin and condemned to death, to nothing else. Do we deserve God's mercy? No. Adam gave his whole family, even us, one heritage named sin. If we want to complain about anything, we have to go to Adam. But we can't. He's not there anymore. But instead of wiping humankind out, God saves everyone who repents, believes in his gift of Jesus Christ, and follows his commandments. God saves everyone who repents and believes in his gift of Jesus Christ because of his mercy. What God rightly expects of us today is to show mercy to one another, because we are nothing without him. This includes forgiveness and active help. Even if you've been disappointed, use your talents as God commands you. He's a merciful God. God gave the people of Israel a second chance. How many times have we experienced God's mercy after we have walked away from him? How many times did we talk to God and ask him for forgiveness because we failed again and again? It's good to know that God has such qualities. Are we known for our mercy?